Hey everybody, it's the Camo Pants Hiker Dave here. This is Lawyers Road in the south part of Reston. That is southeast part of Reston. And we're joining up on the Cross County Trail. I'm going to do a little length of it here, see how it goes. This is the first time I've hiked this part of the trail, so we'll see. We're under a power company easement here where they've been doing some digging lately, putting in some cables. But anyhow, here we join up on the trail. And there you can see Cross County Trail this way. So I'm going to explore a little bit of this for you here on the Camerama. Okay, so here we are here. You are here. And we're going to come down this way and just kind of trek down this way a little bit and see what we can do. This is Reston up here. This is Oakton down in here. Difficult Run Stream Valley Park. So let's just take a quick little jaunt back in here and see how it goes. It is the 29th of November 2014. And it's a chilly day. Partly cloudy, you know, I'd say probably more cloudy than sunny. Not a bad day. Temperature's probably pushing around upper 30s. And here we got another little trail thing, the Watershed Connection. Difficult run. Okay, we'll just try this out a little ways and see how it goes. I've never been back on this chunk of the trail. I've done other parts of the Cross County Trail, but never quite done this one, and I just wanted to check it out and see how it goes. Felt like doing something new. You know, I often do the same trails over and over again. You know, and they're nice. And I'm just saying, you know, every now and then I want to try something I haven't done before. So we'll take a little jaunt back here today and see how this goes. It's a Saturday, little past noon, or about noon, and a little chill in the air today. Got the gloves on, not really the heavy gloves. Okay, so this is where the trail goes. Okay, we got a little muddy area down in here. Oh, they actually put some little steps in. Isn't that nice? And a little, I guess you could hang yourself on that if you want. A little woodland noose. Like, oh, we don't feel like going any further. Life too difficult for you. Hang yourself right here. We parked just on a little side street right off the Lawyers Road, south part of Reston there, not far from Twin Branches. The Cross County Trail, if you may or may not know, goes all the way from the Great Falls area all the way down to Occoquan, Woodbridge area down in the south. Occoquan, way down, you know, in the south part of the county. It's a north-south trail. It's got a whole lot of different surfaces. Some of the surfaces are, then the cool surfaces are the dirt ones like this, where it's kind of natural. So that's what I do enjoy when I'm hiking, these things. So anyway, we're just going to explore a little bit back here. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to Vale or not, but that's where this leads. And then there's another segment that goes from Vale Road all the way down to Oakmar, which is being a county recreation facility over there at on Germantown Road. And then from there you cut through Fairfax City, and most of the trails through Fairfax City you're actually walking on sidewalks down fairly heavily busy roads. So I don't know how rustic that is. You know, I'm on the side. Well, it's like the Appalachian Trail. If it, you know, went down a city street, it'd kind of be like, well, what's the point? There, we got a fairly nice, steep valley, stream valley here, as we're heading down. I've got my camo pants, as my friend said this morning. We went to throw my friend around. I have a friend of mine who has had a couple DWIs, so he doesn't have his license at the moment. And so I do drive him around. I'm his chauffeur. And I will, he'll usually buy me lunch somewhere. So today we went to Five Guys. Haven't been to Five Guys in a while. I try to eat healthy. Lots of salads and veggies and stuff. But every once in a while, there we are, Cross County Trail marker. Every once in a while I'll indulge myself. So I had a nice gooey cheeseburger, just topped with a lot of nasty stuff. And a big thing of fries. They were delicious. It was all delicious, but yeah. That's it for the week. I'm not eating any more. I don't think it hurts to have a greasy burger once in a blue moon, but just don't do it every day. If that's what I had for lunch every day, yeah, I'd be a mess. So once in a while, not a problem. Okay, this is all downhill here, by the way. So that means when we come back this trail, it'll all be uphill. That's where we've come, and that's where we're going. A lot of downed trees over here. Looks like some storm damage. Now this part of the Cross County Trail is really well marked. I mean, I see a lot of markings. When you're in the Reston part of it there, it's not so well marked. There are places where you can kind of go off it and not realize it. But I'm noticing here quite a lot of markings. Okay, we're at the 10.5 mark. That's from Great Falls. So that's 10.5 miles to Great Falls. Okay, so we got a little trail going that way, which I presume is just a little offshoot, and we continue down this way. And there's something kind of neat about solo hiking. I don't know. It'd be nice to have a friend back here with me today. But this isn't so bad. Doing a little solo hike back here. Another little area there. If you're not watching yourself, you could go down. But yeah, so I drove around with my friend today. He did a couple errands. We ended up at Five Guys. We were going to go to Firehouse Subs, but his girlfriend wanted a burger. Was at home and said, "Bring me back a burger." So we ended up going there. Ah, look, another trail marker. So there's like a whole bunch of them down here. Okay, so now we have a little trail that goes off to the right and a trail that goes off to the left. So the one on the left is clearly marked as the Cross County Trail. So we'll do that. There's a nice little stream valley and some froth. I don't know what causes that frothy stuff. And again, watch your footing or you'll end up in the stream. Very steep hill back in here, by the way. This is really neat. I'm really enjoying this back here. Nice wide trail down in here. It's very easy to hike. Well, so far, we've got a little bit of a rocky area here as we're approaching a little mini waterfall. That's cool. This would be a little hard if you had a bike. I guess you'd have to stop and carry it here. That's pretty neat. Okay, looks like here. Okay, look at that. That's continuing. And this is the trail going this way. Okay. I'm going to turn the camera off so I don't drop it while attempting to cross the little trail. Alright, I am now standing here at this little waterfall area, which is very pretty. The problem I'm having is, I don't know if I want to cross that on my own. That water's coming pretty swiftly. If I was here with somebody else and I didn't have a little action cam with me, I might give it a shot. the water was a little lower. It seems to be a fairly high rate right there. There were some dry rocks across the top. I guess I could do it, but I really don't feel like getting my feet wet. And then continuing on this hike, is there anywhere else around here I can cross that looks any better? I'm just looking at. There is a trail that seems to continue down on this side. I would like to do that, but I don't know if I feel like crossing over that. You know, with just me here, if I take a misstep, I'm going to end up down there in a mess. So, I don't know. But that's where the trail continues. Now, I could drive down to Birdfoot, which is down there, and do that little jaunt from there. I'm just looking at this trail here, is if there's any easier place to cross it. Because it looks like, you know, if that was lower water, again, I'm going to be walking across that with my camera. All I need to do is take a misstep, and me and the camera will end up in the water. So I don't know if I feel like doing that. That could be a mess, you know. If it wasn't the camera, if I didn't have the camera with me, brand new little Sony action cam, I might take a shot at that. And again, I don't see any easy places to cross over here. But that's the path over there. And that's where it goes. So anyway, I'm just exploring today. So just taking a look. I don't know where this goes. What I do have in my pocket here is a little map. So let me put my gloves away. And we'll take out our little trail map and see where it goes. It's a nice little area back in here, but again, I don't want to risk slipping on those rocks and ending up. Okay, so there we are. We started out. Let's do this. This is hard because I don't have something to put this on. Anyway, that's Lawyers Road there. We came this far down with the 10.5 mark. Now we have the stone crossing. So now this trail cuts down around here and goes over here and then all the way down there. So the problem is, again, I don't really want to go across that with my camera. You know, if I had another person here and they could hold the camera, I might take a thing on that. But yeah, I don't want to. You see, like, once you get into like about the third or fourth rock, it's water covered. They're going to be slippery. I mean, I could easily take a little misstep tumble and then I'm going to end up in the water, and so's my camera. So I think we're just going to say, hey, that's cool. And that's what I'm going to do today. If the water wasn't so high and there was an easier way to get across this little stream, I would do that, but I don't want to risk it. Not today with the camera. I can just see myself taking a little misstep, oops, and I'm down in the water in about a foot of water, and this camera's all wet. Now it does have the little protective housing on it, but I don't think I'm in the mood for that today. But a nice little chunk of the trail anyway. I'm taking off the gloves. It's not too cold. And we'll walk along now. I imagine that if you took this right path here, it probably takes you down to Birdfoot Lane. Okay, there's a little tiny street that cuts off of Lawyers Road that goes down to Stewart Mill Road here in the Oakton area. We're now probably in Oakton. And that would be down here. Let's just see where this little trail goes, huh? We're just exploring. But yeah, I just, you know, you're saying, Dave's a wuss, you can cross that. Well, yeah, I could cross it if I'm not carrying a little camera like this. All I need is that camera to fall out of my pocket or me to fall into the water. I got soaking feet on a 36-degree day, and then I got to trudge back to the car. I don't feel like doing that, you know. As I say, the hike's got to be fun. I'm not going to push it if it isn't. And we're down in this little stream valley here. Yeah, just exploring. I can see a clearing over there. That's probably where the road is. That's probably where Birdfoot Lane is, or road, or whatever they call it. You know, with that wind blowing today, it's quite windy. With that wind blowing today, it's quite windy, isn't it? And this is the first time I've hiked back here. I usually like to hike an area a couple of times before I venture into new areas. So, you know, this is all new for me today. Put the gloves back on. But yeah, quite a nice little steep stream valley back here. That's faux show. And we'll just see where this goes, because I think that's where it goes. It just goes off to the Birdfoot Lane over here. But yeah, I don't want to do the cross-county trail. Now, if there was some way to cut, you know, since we're now pretty much on the other side of that little waterway, if there was some way we could hike across here and then join the trail over there. See, it went down there. I don't know. Maybe there's a little way to do that. I don't know. So this trail is not on my little chart thingy dingy, so I don't know where we're going. Well, I do generally know where we're going. A lot of sticklers in here. Just doing some experimentation here today, which is what you're going to do. A lot of times trails don't turn out the way you think they will. A nice little stream back in here, that's for sure. A real muddy chunk in here, that's for sure. And we're back on this little stream. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just experimenting and seeing where this stuff goes. Okay, well, anyway, we're in this little stream valley. I just want to climb around one more little turn here and see if we're where I think we are. Yes, by Jove, I think there's a little horse paddock over there, and this is probably coming up on that little Birdfoot Lane, which is back in here. Okay. I see some horses down there. You don't see a lot of horses around here anymore. Back when we moved in here 40 years ago, a lot of horses, people riding their horses, but you know, the urbanization of this area, you don't see so many horses these days. Yeah, nice little area back in here, by the way. Yeah, okay, I can see the road through the trees there. There's that's Birdfoot Road, and it turns down to Stewart Mill, and then it comes down there. And if we follow that far enough, we can hike into that Fred Crabtree Park, which is further on down. But this is interesting. Nice little area back here. I can see the signs for the streets back in there. All right. Very good. Well, someday when it's not so high on the water level, I'll have to come back in here and hike that cross-country trail. Although, you know, that is a bit slippery if you're doing, as I say, if you're doing it by yourself down in here. It's kind of a bit slippery, wouldn't you say? But you can see the road through the trees there. And it is quite sloggy down in here. We had rain a couple days ago, and it still is really mushy and sloppy. So interesting how these little trails, it's like life. There goes a car. And that's going over, turning up Birdfoot Lane over there. Okay. Interesting how sometimes you set off on one trail and end up on another. Ain't it though? As I continue hiking through, I guess what would be called the northern part of Oakton, there's the street. There's a road called Birdfoot, and it comes down and turns into what's called Stewart Mill. And I've hiked Stewart Mill. Last summer I hiked down Stewart Mill Road, by the way. And it was not a bad day. And the road doesn't have a lot of traffic on it. But it was when I got about, and I thought driving this road, which I drive a lot, there we are, there's Birdfoot. So we're down here. I'm going to hike on back because I do enjoy this little dirt trail. See if I can find my way back to the cross county trail here. But you see, that's all I need to do is drop my little camera into some glop like that. And again, it says it has waterproof housing, but I don't really, feel like taking one little step across those rocks and ending up in the water, which I think is I don't know if it's a likely possibility, but it's certainly a possibility today with that relatively high water going over there. And again, if I had someone else hiking with me, and we could somehow, and they had better boots on, I might try that, but not today. Not solo hiking. That's all I need to do is twist my ankle, drop the camera in the water, and be soaking wet as I come back up the hill in 30+ degree temperatures. But this is a beautiful little stream valley here. Now hiking at this time of the year is not too bad because we don't have all this poison ivy. If you were hiking this in the summertime with all the poison ivy around, yeah, it would be a mess. You'd definitely wear long pants back in here. But this time of the year, it's not too bad. But anyhow, I guess it was during, September-ish, I did a hike all the way down Birdfoot there and went all the way down Stewart Mill, about halfway down, and then cut up through a little neighborhood, and man, I got really hot. I didn't have enough water with me that day. I didn't realize it was going to be that hot. And I got up this steep hill, and I was just, I could feel there's a certain feeling you get when it's like I'm getting dehydrated feeling. You start to get this pounding and dry mouth, and I can say I'm getting this way. Luckily, I had a little bit of water left, and luckily I had a friend who lived nearby, so I stopped by to see her, and I must have drank 5 or 6 big jugs of water. I didn't realize it was going to be quite that hot that day. It was, as I say, one rule is always take more water than you need. But anyhow, this is interesting, a little diversionary trail that cuts over to Birdfoot. Well, that's cool. So we hiked a little bit different than what I thought. I would like to someday do that complete cross-country trail down there into Oakton, but okay, back to a little mushy pit area. But I don't think I'm going to do that today. No, not today. But this is cool. We're in the northern part of Oakton now. As I said, we started out at Lawyers Road in South Reston. And we came down here. Now, I was just wondering if this trail doesn't somehow curve around and there's another way to cross the stream without doing it on the rocks there. Very impressive little hill over here, isn't it? Look at that. These stream valleys back in here are really pretty. And again, it's another thing, like when I'm hiking with a camera, I'm watching my footing real carefully, as I should be, and I'm not looking at the grandeur of nature. You ever do that where you drive a road and you drive it so much you just see the roads and the lines and the signs, and then as a passenger you're driving down the same road you've done thousands of times before, and you suddenly see things you've never seen before, like, oh, I didn't notice that house over there, I didn't notice that hill, or I didn't notice that, because you're not looking at that when you're doing that. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Don't you think? Okay, so let's again, it's one of these trails like, which way do I go? I think I go this way. I mean, it's hard to get lost back in here, but it's easy to get off the trail. You know, it's like, okay, I'm going to follow the trail back to where it came from, but it's, you know, not always really well marked, but I think I'm still on it. So this should hit the cross-county trail up here very shortly, and then we will be back at that little waterfall. As I said, I would do the waterfall if I didn't have my camera with me, if I had better boots, and if I was hiking with somebody else, I probably would just do it. You know, better boots, because these, again, are not the greatest boots in the world for wet. I don't think they're waterproof like that, you know. Okay, there's somebody else hiking up here, so I'm just going to shut up and let you enjoy the view. Okay, we end up back at the infamous little waterfall. I'm gonna take a break here for a few minutes, grab a couple swigs of H2O, make a little nature pit stop, and I'll rejoin you momentarily. Hey everybody, I'm just continuing my little hike here. Here's that little stream. The cross-county trail goes over on the other side. I'm just exploring around here. Yeah, here's where the trail cuts over the little waterfall-y area. But that's cool. And that's where the trail continues up there. Again, some other day I'll do that, but not today. And we do have a trail that goes down the left side of this now. This trail goes down and cuts up, makes a right turn down there and all that. So we will do that some other day. But this is nice, you know, it's nice finding that little diversion trail over there to Birdfoot. Let's see if I put my map here, we'll show where we are. Okay. Yeah, so basically what we did was we started out here at Lawyers, so put the camera on it. I'm aiming the camera the wrong direction. We started out here at Lawyers Road, we came down here, we passed the 10.5 mark, and then here's the stone crossing. Then we ended up taking a diversion trail over here, and then hiking, it's not on the map here, but hiking all the way down to this little street down here, which is called Birdfoot. Okay, now I've hiked down Birdfoot, and then it turns into Stewart Mill, and it goes all the way down here, and South Reston continues on this way. So, you know, if we can get over that little crossing, then we can continue all the way down to there. It's quite a hike, quite a good hike down there, but you know, I could always park on one of these other side streets back in here and then just jump on the trail, or even go down to Vale down here and just hike the trail back up this way if I want to do that. Yeah, just to explore it anyway. But my just common sense says, not today. I don't know, we can take this road down. Let's take this trail down here a little bit and see where it goes on the left side here. Since I got some camera time, what the hell? Even this dry stuff is a little bit slippy, and I just can tell. I'll get halfway across there and go ba-doom down in the water with my little camera, and I can see the camera floating down the river. I don't think so. No, we're just going to we'll parallel the trail over there and just see, maybe there's a better way to cross down here. I don't know. Of course, these are developments over here on the right, so you could always go back in there somewhere and park and take a little trail down in there. I don't know where this one goes. This is kind of a neat little trail, though. It's not marked on the map there, but it does parallel this little stream. Let's just see where it goes. Take it down here a little bit. I'm just going to say I got this little Sony action cam. It's I think the AX20 or something like that. It's the bottom of the line camera, but it's really nice. I really am impressed with it. You know, it's kind of like a GoPro, but when I go on YouTube and search some of the videos, it's actually better than the GoPro in many respects. Okay, so I guess our cross-county trail cuts over there and somehow makes a right turn down here somewhere as we continue back in here. I'm not going to go too far down here. This trail isn't on a map or anything, but I'm just curious where it goes. And exploring this little stream valley, which I have never done before, at least on foot. You know, I've driven all these roads around here, but never been back here on foot just to see where this goes. And it looks like there's some sort of a paddock green area up there. That's interesting, isn't it? And we're coming back on that little stream. There's another little trail that goes down there, but this looks like more of the main trail. And then we kind of intersect here with the stream again and some more rocks. I'm just wondering if there's an easier place to cross this. Okay, and then we have this trail that comes up here. Now, I don't know where that goes. That's interesting. Maybe that, you know, just parallels that. But anyhow, it looks like we come out to a little... Now, I could do that. I could climb across that big down tree there. And there looks like there's also another little area you could cross here. If someone's put a board up and go there, and you probably hit the cross-county trail over there. So that's interesting. Again, I don't want to try that today with my camera. It looks like some of those boards aren't too sturdy. And then this trail goes back here. I presume it goes back approximately where we were. I don't know, but I'm just going to call it a day for at least the new exploration there. You know, interesting though, an interesting little trail. And an interesting little trail valley here. It's very pretty back there. And we'll explore more of it. As I say, you know, here goes another trail up there. There's a lot of little side trails back in here. And we'll explore those later. I find too, when you do a lot of these hikes in these little areas, how many unmarked little trails there are. It's like when I was hiking on the cross-county trail over by the W&OD the other day. I find this other little trail and I follow it, and it goes out to Hunter Station Road, which I wasn't expecting. That's kind of neat. That was cool. But there's a lot of these little trails like this one that are just unmarked. And there's a trail there that comes, I guess, along the stream there. But again, it's warming up today. The wind seems to be dying down. Got my gloves off. That's nice. These little gloves, I'm just losing them right and left. Every week I lose a couple more gloves. Let me get a couple swigs of my bottled H2O here. Okay, there's where that little trail comes up. So that little trail just runs right along the stream there. Oh, that's really neat. Really neat. It's very pretty back in here. See if I can manage to get out the jug of water. Oh, I haven't shown what I'm wearing today. Oh, hi there, how you doing? Dave, the Camo Pants Hiker here. Enjoying a couple swigs of water. don't forget to carry your water. Now, today's not such a hot day, but in the summertime, yeah, you start sweating, you can hit the wall really fast in terms of water. Now, I can't get this. I always put these. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Just sit there. There you go. Wrestle the bottle of water back into the big giant pocket. Anyway, I've got these camos. These are 32s. Got the black belt on. Some muddy boots there after doing some of these wet areas. But again, yeah, I don't want to do that today. Common sense says no. Don't risk it. I can see myself dropping the camera and going down the street, as I've said many times before. And this is a little bit of a rugged patch, so we will just hike back up the hill. But it's nice back in here. You get a nice workout doing all these little hills and stuff. And then of course we've got all the uphill to go to get back up to Lawyers Road. This is really a pretty area back in here. But again, this is all new to me. I have never been back this trail before. So this is the first time. That's kind of what I wanted to do with this camera, is to do some hikes that I have never done before, brand new to me. So you're seeing it the first time, you're seeing it like me the first time, unless you've been back here hiking. Okay, there goes our little diversionary trail that goes down to Birdfoot, which we hiked a little earlier. So now we're heading up the hill. So this will be pretty much uphill till we get to Lawyers Road. Yeah, as I said, I picked up this little action cam about a week ago over at Best Buy. It retails for $200. They had it on sale for $99, and they also included a memory card with it, which can store a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours of high-def video on it. So it's perfectly good, and really like it. I'm really pleased with it. It can shoot. The other cameras I get shoot a high-defish video. This shoots, I think, real high HD video, and it puts it out on an MP4 format, which is so much easier to compress, because when I upload to YouTube, they don't want anything bigger than 2 gigabytes. And when you're trying to compress those AVI files on the other camera, they look like crap when you compress them. With these, you can compress way down, and they actually hold up pretty well. Okay, so here we are. Uphill, there's a trail, I guess, yeah, we saw this earlier. That's the trail that goes up to the houses over there. So we're going to stay on this. Yeah, see the little markings? They tell you, here's where it goes, because there's a lot of places on this cross-country trail you can just wander off on the wrong trail. You're like, where am I? And all these little side trails are not marked, at least on the maps I've seen. So there we are, cross-country trail. But this has been a very nice experience today. I've enjoyed it. All right, everybody. Continuing on our little hike today on the 29th of November. A beautiful day. I guess we're hitting about maybe 40 degrees now, into the low 40s. It is supposed to warm up this weekend. I'm Dave, the Camo Pants Hiker, continuing my hike. We're on the Cross County Trail just south of Lawyers Road in the South Reston-Oakton area, and I'm hiking north. I did continuing on my little foray. Went a good distance on this little trail this morning or this afternoon, and then we ended up getting stuck there at a little rock crossing, which as I said, I don't want to do with these less than perfect boots on by myself and with my little camera in tow, because I could easily take a slip and end up in the water. So I can easily, one of these days, simply take the car and go down to one of these other streets further down the trail, maybe Vale Road, find a place to park down there, and then we could come back on the trail from the other side and at least say we've hiked it, even though we don't feel like jumping across that little rocky area. So that's cool. And this is uphill. This was all downhill, originally coming down this trail. Now it's a good amount uphill, which is fine. When I was coming around that bend there of that Birdfoot trail, I saw some guy and a girl walking a dog, and that dog was actually on a leash. So I thought that's why I did that little diversion down that other trail, to give them a little time to move on so I don't have to follow them. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at the root ball there in that big tree. That must have fallen maybe last summer. It looks like within the last year. It looks fairly fresh. That's a biggie. That must have made a little rumble when it came down. Boom! Quite a lot of down trees in this little area. It's funny, when you do these hikes, you will come upon an area where there's a whole lot of down trees in one little area. You know, and I really think it's like microbursts. Well marked here, aren't we? As we stay on the trail here. You know, you get these microbursts. They're like mini tornadoes, where the wind just whips up during a thunderstorm and it causes a bunch of trees. Look at this. Look at all the trees down in this one little area. There's trees down over there. There's more trees down over there. And you see this. Every now and then you'll be walking in the woods and you'll come upon an area where there's like 10 trees down. You know, normally, you know, a tree will fall here and there as they get old and whatever. But when you suddenly find an area like this, look at all these trees down in one little area here. That's got to be some sort of a microburst. And it knocks, you know, you suddenly get 100, 125 mile an hour wind zipping through for a few minutes, and it just brings the trees down because there's a lot right in this little area. Wow. Surprising. You know, you're walking and all of a sudden here's a whole bunch of trees down. I noticed that off of a wheelie avenue up there near North Shore in Reston. If you're driving down the road and you look off to the right near the dead Tall Oaks Village Center is, there is a whole bunch of trees down in one little area, and that happened during one storm. But yeah, look at them all. There's still more down here. Fascinating, huh? And of course we could either go through the glop there, or how about this little steppy area? Ooh, that's nice. And then we have nice little steps here, but I don't really need steps there. I can manage that. And we're back here on the cross-county trail, we're heading in a northerly direction up to Lawyers Road, from whence we came a little while ago, doing this little exploration on a very nice Saturday in late November 2014. And I'm building up a little bit of a heat. I feel myself getting warmer now. It's, you know, in the low 40s probably by now. I see a few folks coming up. Shut up. Hello. Hi. Hello. Yeah, you never know if those little dogs are going to just come and take a bite out of your leg. That one seemed to be a nice little pudgy little friendly thing. Who knows? And we seem to be toward the end of our little walk here. This trail now crosses Lawyers Road and then becomes one of the Reston Association's asphalt trails for another mile-ish or so as it winds its way down to Twin Branches Drive, and then it becomes part of that Twin Branches Nature Trail, which I hike so often. So anyway, let's take a look at where we were today. We started out Lawyers Road here. You are there. Duh, you are here. And we came down here, we hit the stone crossing. Now this is interesting because these other trails are marked here. So this other trail we took down here comes down here. Interesting, and there's like a little paddocky area back in here. So we hiked probably down to somewhere right in here, okay? That's where we were. And then we came back, originally that we came down, and then we hiked back up here through this little trail, which went all the way to this Birdfoot area, this is Birdfoot right here. So we did that, and then that trail continues. Look at that, it goes, apparently goes all the way down. Interesting. I'd like to get a map of this. Other trails. Stream, other trails. I'd like to get, maybe they have this online, this map particular, because this is nice. It shows you all the other side trails. See, what you could do, come down here, hit the stone crossing, and instead of crossing that, take this other diversionary trail around here, and then meet up with the, okay, look at that, yeah. You could do that, and then you wouldn't have to do that stone crossing. You could just come around this way, and then hit back to the trail here, and then come down to Vale. So that'd be an interesting, that would be a definite, that's maybe why that trail is there, is that diversion. Interesting. That's where you go for the cross-county trail, that way. But I'm going this way because I parked my car over here. That's interesting. I'll have to see if I can get a county map with all those little side trails on it, because they're very handy. And it looks like there's a way you can cut around and not have to use that little diversionary or that little rock thing. You know, if there was any more rain, and then we haven't had a lot of rain lately, but if there was any more precipitation, I mean, that thing would be really a mess to cross. But that was neat. That was a very nice little jaunt this morning, or this afternoon. That is Lawyers Road we're looking at, heading east. Eventually it'll come up to Twin Branches, which is what I live off of. And where you can stay on that and go all the way down into Vienna, Virginia. Because they're doing some sort of cabling or whatever along this road here. Raccoon Ridge is where I parked, and I see the car still there. There were no parking signs there, so I presume I could park there. So nice little jaunt this morning, this afternoon. Thanks for joining me. Dave TV Reston-Hiker. Well, I'm not doing a Dave TV. It's a Camo Pants Hiker. There I am. There's what I'm wearing. Got the plain white tee on today. People say to me, Dave, why do you always wear Marines t-shirts? I just like them. You know, I mean, you can wear t-shirts. I can wear a Redskins t-shirt. Doesn't mean I was in the Redskins. I don't know. If I wear an Army t-shirt, nobody says anything. But if I wear a Marines t-shirt, a lot of people will stop and say, were you in the Marines? No, I just like wearing a t-shirt. Is there anything wrong with that? Anyway, and there's the car. Thanks for watching. Adios, amigos.